Hemschicht noch?
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. We're ready. Dharma shall kick us off. Thank you.
Mikel,
Hello.
can we start with any fresh injury concerns, if any, after the City game?
Yeah. So no, and Bukayo probably is going to be in the squad. So good news.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what about Riccardo, Calafiori and Jurrien Timber?
Probably in the squad as well. Jurrien not in the squad.
Huge boost there for you ahead of this one. Okay, so you said last week, can I just go back to last week, that the reaction of the players in the dressing room, they felt even more convinced that they can create something special and win this league. What did you see then and this week that maybe has reinforced that idea within yourself?
The same, that the energy raised, the belief raised, I think the clarity, what we have to do, it cannot be better. 5 games to go. Tomorrow, game 1, all in. Let's go for it.
The latest Opta supercomputer results are out.
Okay.
They say that Arsenal have a 65.51% chance of winning the title. What is Mikel Arteta's supercomputer saying?
Win tomorrow. Game 1, win, and then we'll be much closer.
Do you have that belief? What's the belief in your supercomputer saying?
In the computer, I have belief in our players, in our people, and the willingness that we have to achieve what we want.
Can I ask you about you described this run-in now as effectively a new Premier League season. Do you feel with this new season you've got to be perfect?
I don't know. It's 5 games to go, 4 weeks, 2 big competitions to play for, and everything to play for. I mean, if somebody would have told us at the beginning of the season, we would have taken it, and we are so excited. And tomorrow is game 1.
If both teams were to do it and win all of their remaining 5 games, it's going to come down to goal difference, maybe even goals scored. With that in mind, does that change any part of your approach and maybe team selections as well, because of the fact that you might need to score more goals than just simply winning a game?
Yeah, we don't know. That's we are just talking about a lot of possibilities. The first thing that you have to do and the right to win the game, and then win it, and then depending on how the situation is, you can think about something else. But the priority is that you have to be better than the opposition and the right to win the game and win it. That's the first thing.
There have been so many crazy finishes in Premier League history. There's also been one in Scotland as well, in particular. Let me take you back to 2003. I'm sure you might remember this because Rangers and Celtic were fighting for the title, and a certain Mikel Arteta scored.
When I was playing, yeah.
And the celebrations were just incredible. Can you just give us an idea what your memories are of that particular moment, and if you can bottle it and relay some of that feeling to your players?
Well, yeah, we were fighting with Celtic for 10 months. We go to the last kick of the game, minute 96 at home. We needed to score a goal, and I took the penalty, and we won the league by 1 goal difference. That was it.
But I mean, can you elaborate a little bit on the feeling that you had, and maybe?
It doesn't get better than that. I mean, it's and it went the right way, and one of the best feelings I had in my career, because when you have to earn it so much and when everything is on the line and so undecisive, when you win it, it's even more special.
You say everything on the line. Is that something that you can relate and maybe you have those emotions with your squad currently, because everything is on the line again, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to put everything into it. That's what I said, is all in. You know, when you're going to play now those 5 games that start tomorrow, everything that you have to put it on the table, and you have to make it happen. That's clear.
Final one from me, Mikel. I'm sure you saw the news with Chelsea and the sacking of Liam Rossi. Could I just get your reaction to that? Were you surprised, and does it make you even more grateful to be working at a club where you're shown so much support?
Yeah, well, it's always sad to see a colleague leave a club, and especially when we are so close to the season. At the end, the clubs are here and they started to make decisions. We know the scrutiny and the demands on our jobs, and we know that the only thing that matters at the end is winning a lot of football matches. That's it.
Thank you.
Mikel,
Yeah.
you use different inspirational techniques to inspire your players throughout your time at Arsenal. Will you do anything different? Have you done anything different this week to help them in these next 5 games?
Well, every game we do something different to inspire them, to guide them, to talk about this specific topic maybe on the day. And this week we didn't have to do much, to be fair. The energy has been so good. The weather helps as well so much. It's been beautiful. We know it's so clear what is at stake, how much we fought for this with our people, and now we have to do it on the pitch.
I wanted to ask about Martin Zubimendi, because if he plays tomorrow, he'll make his 50th appearance for Arsenal in all competitions. So I was at the Bournemouth game, and there was a moment that went viral afterwards of him being consoled by his teammates. And then again, after the Sporting game, when he got the player of the match award, all the players ran to him and were hugging him, congratulating him. I just wanted to get a sense of what his relationship with the players within the squad is like. And, you know, has he gone through highs and lows recently? Because he plays a lot of minutes, and we see these moments sort of separately within games. And, you know, fans are left wondering what is going on with Martin Zubimendi. How is he?
Yeah, he's very good. I mean, to play 50 games for us in your first season at the level that he's done and the amount of games that we won, you have to do things in an exceptional way. He's very much liked by everybody. You can sense that if you go back to clips in September, October, November. I can show you when he scored goals or assists or whatever. The reaction and how he feels with his teammates is so good, and we are blessed to have him.
In terms of your opponents tomorrow, Newcastle, obviously they've been on a really rough run, 8 losses in 11 Premier League games. Have you been surprised to see their form?
Well, we know the difficulty of the league. I'm very clear that the ability and the quality of Newcastle, what Eddie has done with that team and continues to do, we know how tough the opponent is going to be tomorrow. We have to be at our best. If we do that, we're going to have a big chance to win it.
Ian Talksport.
Hi, Mikel. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
You said earlier it's time to go all in. It's time to really go for it. Does that mean next 5 games your team may be playing with a little bit more freedom than they would have done up to this point of the season, because goals could be so important?
I don't know. It's the goals for, goals against. I think it's going to be a balance of that, like it's been all season. That's why the goal difference between the two teams is it's so small. So yeah. First of all, as I said, very clear what we have to do to win the game, to earn the right to win the game, to compete and be better than the opponent. The rest will come.
Yeah, like with City 1-1-0, there kind of was a feeling that, yeah, they won 1-0 to get 3 points, but actually that wasn't a good result. 3, 4, 5 would have been a much better result. Is that how a manager sees things?
It's always better to win 3, 4 or 5, but you play in the Premier League and every opponent is very difficult.
Very much going to the next 5 games at the end of the season. Is it now, in your mind, everything to win or an everything to lose situation?
Everything to win. I mean, when we are in the position that we are playing the 2 biggest competitions that we had this season, the position that we are in, I think it's a simple answer.
What are you personally going to do differently this year, this time round, to what you've done the last 2 or 3 years? Yourself?
Every game will be different. Focus on the priorities and the things that we can do to help the players arrive in the best state possible with the team. Make sure that we have all the players available, which is one of the most important things, and a big lesson that we learn from it, and give them confidence, trust and belief that we're going to do it. That's it.
Finally, for me, there was some criticism of Declan Rice's performance last week at Manchester City, which I personally thought was quite amazing, because I think he's one of the best players in his position, not only in the league but in the world. How do you feel when you see some of your main players and sometimes they're not as appreciated, let's say, as they maybe should be?
Well, I do. We do. We know the player that we have, how blessed we are to have him. The season that he's having, again, has been absolutely outstanding, and that's it. It's about the next performance, and now it's Newcastle, it's tomorrow, and I'm sure he will step up again and make the difference for the team.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
When you mentioned the new league phrase after the City game, did you see that almost as a mental thing? Sorry, my voice is... did you see it as more mental than anything tactical or anything like that, because of how long this season has been, and obviously this week you've had a full week to kind of prepare?
Well, Well, it's a reality as well, and the context of the two teams and where we are in the table and the amount of game that are left. I think it was the right way for me to express it, and that's the way I feel. And tomorrow is game 1. That's it.
And with Bukayo, you mentioned, I think, a couple of weeks ago, how he deals with injuries. He feels frustrated, but he wants to solve those problems really quickly. How have you found him this week when he's getting closer to fitness and getting back in the fit?
Yeah, we have given some time because there was a moment that he was struggling to sustain the performances because he wasn't comfortable at all, and we've done that. So he had the right treatment, the right space. He has some time as well for himself, and now it's the most important part of the season, and he's back with us.
Is that time for himself something you think is quite important? Because I think maybe this time last year when he had the hamstring injury, he went on holiday, that you said he had to go on.
Well, because it was a long-term injury. Now, time on himself. That I mean that you are not connected with the team every day. So I think it was a good memory for him as well to reflect on that, to have some peace, because we've been constantly asking and demanding him, and it was a moment to say, okay, now when you feel ready, let us know and we go for it.
Mikel, is there any psychological impact of being second?
No, for me no.
Because everyone talks about how long we've been at the top of the table. Is it, when you talk about this being game 1, is that the idea to reset and almost ignore the fact?
No, because before the psychological effect was that we were getting chased for many months. So what is better, what is worse? At the end, we know what is the best thing? Win the next game. So if you need the psychological effect, is stop, regardless of where you are, because you win the game.
And then you've talked a lot about availability being really important at this stage of the season. Do you find if you get into that point now, Bukayo coming back, Kai coming back, Bruce's a couple out, but you've got the vast majority?
I hope now we need to get the best version out of them. So being available is not enough. Being available with your best version is what we need in this state of the season. But at least they are with us. They make us certainly stronger. We miss them. And now all the players as well, that they just come back as well. They're going to have more games, more minutes. And hopefully we will see better performance as well. It's a bit premature to say that. He's evolving really well. He's really pushing every boundary that he possibly can, but it's a bit early to answer that question.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
After the game on Sunday, the cameras caught Declan Rice saying to Martin Odegaard, "It's not done, it's not done." I just wanted to know what your message has been to the players this week, considering all the outside noise that's obviously come with Sunday.
Everything to play for. Go and grab it. That's it. It's there to grab it, and we need to do it.
Results-wise, is it now a case of we need to win every single game now, and maybe can't have any more slip-ups?
It has game 1. We need to win the next game. That's the most important thing. That's the only thing we can control: our performance, our mindset, attitude towards the game tomorrow against Newcastle, and that's the only thing that matters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Miguel. On Sunday you started with Ebbs and Martin and Kai, and we've not seen that kind of triumvirate, if you like, together. Just kind of curious on how you saw those three working together, and if it's something that you see as kind of a future.
Yeah, there is so many combinations that we haven't seen all season, unfortunately, because we had so many situations. But the more we see certain connections, I think the better we're going to be. There were a lot of things that I liked. There are certain things, obviously, we have to improve, but there are a lot of things that I really liked in the game.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
On Sunday, we saw Kai Havertz play up front, and he put in a really good performance. The team felt really connected. Obviously, Viktor Gyokeres has had a wonderful season as well with 18 goals. Can you just speak on what you think the difference is between the two in terms of how they bring the team together and what they offer you?
Well, very different profiles, but as well very different games. The Man City game demanded something very different to the Bournemouth game. As well, it's not about comparing, it's having two very different profiles that make the team really, really strong, and we have to use it in the right way to win games. That's it.
Thank you.
Can I ask about Riccardo? He's obviously had a lot of injury problems in his career, even before he joined Arsenal. Is that a situation where he's sort of so unique and offers so much to the team that you accept it is almost worth the frustration of knowing he'll miss?
You accept certain situations because it is what it is, but we are trying to to implement a lot of things to give ourselves a better chance. It's been much better this season than it was in the previous season. He was really unlucky with the previous season that he had last year as well. So, yeah, he's putting so much into it as well, and hopefully we can maintain him fit.
Thank you. Last one from Phil at the back before we go to 10:30.
I was just going to ask about those Declan comments again, Mikel. Just how encouraging was it to see that? And he was sort of saying it's not done, and the mindset had already shifted to after that.
Well, because we know, I mean, we've been there, and it's very clear that there's still everything to play for. 5 games is there to take it, and we need to go and grab it. I think it's very simple.
Obviously, him coming back can be so crucial for you guys. He must be chomping at the bit to get going because he's missed such a crucial period. How's Ian himself? Is he looking forward to getting stuck in?
He was in great spirit today. You can see that the sun is shining, and that he's back with the team because he had a different energy. He's been through a tough period. We certainly missed him, and he's back with us now.